Hey everybody, my name is FatherBeam, and in this beginner guide I'm going to take you through everything you need to know to become a productive faction member and learn everything you need to know about the game, so when you log in the first time people are going to think you've been playing forever. So without further ado, let's go through the content guide. The first thing we're going to go through is what is Rend, Souls on Sparks, Startup and Basic Crafting, Skills, Talents, Pits and Taming, Spirit Realm, The Reckoning, Control Points, Ascension System, Tips and Tricks. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Rend is a survival game that has 3 factions in each server, and each faction tries to reach 100,000 souls, and the first faction with 100,000 souls will win the game and the server will reset, and the winning faction will be rewarded with bonus ascension points. And that's pretty much what Rend is. Alright, so Souls and Sparks. Souls and Sparks are the most important things in this game, and a lot of people do not understand how they work, so when they log in for the first time they end up hurting their own faction and not helping. So you want to know and understand how it works exactly. Okay, let's just start with Souls. Souls are the one thing that makes you win the game, so because we know you have to get that 100,000 souls to win the game. So there are actually many ways to obtain them, but we're gonna go with the 2 most common ways to obtain them. And the first way is by harvesting flying souls, like this one. You see this one? You would see them only during night time flying around the map. You walk up to them and you hit them with any type of tool, doesn't matter, and then you will end up taking them. And you will know you got them by hovering over the spirit inventory over here. This little box shows you right now. See, I only had one from that soul. Another way is by harvesting plants for a chance on a lost or a flower. See that one flower I just got will give me 1 soul when I consume it, and it's pretty simple as that. And then in higher zones like tier 1 or tier 2, 3 or 4 zones, you will get flower that can give you more than 1 soul. Some of them will give you 5. But for in this lower tier zone, you will only get 1 soul out of each flower. So right now we're seeing how you just click on them, consume, like you consume any type of food. And you see, now I get 1, now I get another one. And after you take them, you have to come to the tree and deposit them. And for every soul you deposit, you'll get 1 spirit residue. So you try. So you have to like come deposit them right away, because if you die, all your soul will drop on the ground and somebody else might be able to come and buy and steal them from you. So just deposit them when you have them. Don't run around too much with them. And that's pretty much all you need to know about souls. Okay, now let's talk about sparks. There are 4 types of sparks: adventuring, mysticism, construction, and invention. And each one of these are used in research. And research is the only way to obtain higher tier stuff, higher tier gears, higher tier weapons, and unlock different types of weapons and gear. So they are very critical. And the one most important thing you need to understand is that they are a faction-wide feature. Which, what I mean is, everybody in the whole faction work together and have the same results. So you don't have different research stuff than other people. Everybody would have the same exact one. So you guys want to work together to help each other obtain next level stuff. So when you come in, don't just like put points in the random stuff. Ask where your faction is putting stuff, or look at your research stuff and see which. Like right now, if I want to put points in the construction, I would want to put it in here in the steady building material, because that's what everybody is leveling up. Simple as that. Do not put them in random stuff. Put it where everybody else is putting, because that's like for everybody else, not just for you. Okay, so now let's go up how to obtain each one of these. Adventuring, you obtain from hitting trees and harvesting animals. Construction, you obtain from upgrading buildings and hitting rocks. Invention, you obtain from hitting metal and getting all metal nodes. Mysticism, you obtain from harvesting plants and bushes. That's pretty much the most common ways to obtain them. And then now when you get the sparks, these sparks, you want to come and deposit them into the stones. There are 4 stones and each stone has the name assigned to it. So if you want to put an invention, you hit an invention and you could just start depositing. So right now I'm gonna deposit into something that everybody else is depositing in. So I'm gonna deposit in here, the research, And that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know about sparks. Do not waste them away. Put them as soon as possible. Alright, let's go through what you need to do when you first start the game. The first thing you need to understand before you start doing anything is the 4 type of tools you have, and that each tool of these will gather different stuff. The hand axe will gather trees, hammer rocks, sickle plants, pickaxe or marak will gather metals, and most importantly, each one of these will gather one thing for the right click and a different thing from the left click. Say for example the hand axe, if I click left click, I would gather sticks, and the right click I would gather logs. And the same thing for each different one of them. Like when you're skinning an animal, with the right click you would get their leather, and then left click you would get the meat, and so forth and so on with every single tool and every single zone. Like when you go in different zone, right click and left click would gather completely different things from the first zone you were in, and the second zone, and so forth and so on. And that's pretty much what you need to know first before you start gathering stuff. Alright, now let's go into crafting. That's the first thing you want to do, is craft every basic survival thing. When you first log in, all of these will be locked, and then when you try to craft them, it says, oh, must be skilled, requires skilled in something. Since I have crafted all of these, I just want to show you an example from another crafting. Say for example, it says requires skill in makeshift hunting bow. So you would have to craft this thing, hunting bow, until you become skilled at it. And the same thing in here, in the basic craft, you craft something until you become skilled at it. And how you know is you skilled at something is by looking at it and clicking left click, and it brings this tree. So when you see the yellow line around it, that means you're skilled at it. Let's say look at something that we're not skilled at. I know I'm not skilled at yep, see, I'm not skilled at this, but I'm getting skilled at it. And the bar will fill. When it fills all up, you'll be able to go to the next level. And the same thing for basic survival when you first start. And that's pretty much what you really need to do when you first start. You craft all these stuff, and after you craft all these stuff, you want to focus on leveling up your character and leveling up all your skills to at least level 5, 10. So what you do, walk in, come in, get the skills crafting done. Because without crafting, without getting all the basic crafting, you won't be able to like craft all the higher stuff from all the other building. Like all these buildings will require you to like craft these. So just finish them, you know. And then after you do that, after you get the level 10 or 5 in your skills, also you wanna get a good level. Like I would say to level 20. That's the main goal, to get the level 20, so you could get at least 1 mastery. And from there you could do whatever you want, depending on what your faction requires. And that's pretty much what you need to know about the startup. Alright, skills. Skills are the backbone of this whole game. There are three different categories: adventuring, crafting, and combat. So for adventuring, there are the basic gathering tools. Wood crafting for like gathering wood, stone cutting for stone, metal for metal, botany for plants and bushes, butchery for like skinning animals. Okay, this thing is so slow to level up. At the beginning it might look fast, but it's the slowest thing in the whole game. Insanely slow, slower than anything. So it's gonna be a pain in your ass, and reaching this level 100, I don't know if it's actually possible before the servers ends. I really think it's not possible. But the idea is you just want to harvest, and this is how you gain level on them. And I'll say reaching at least level 25 in each one of these is your main goal. If you reach 25, should be your main goal, which is gonna take you at least a month. I think so. I don't know, but I think you're gonna require a month to reach 25 in each one, and even more than a month. And then there's crafting category, which is like adventuring, when you craft things in the base, and construction, crafting construction stuff, invention, and all that stuff the other things that you craft, mysticism, crafting anything in the mystic building, and I don't want to go through all of it, so it doesn't really matter much. But what you need to know is the same thing. When you get it, remember to go in here and double click on the skill that you want. Like for example, invention. You want to click on the skill you want. After you get the level, you can only pick one skill, and then the second you pick skill or a perk, you cannot change up. Like right now, I reached level 5 on this, and I picked Wisdom of the Wield, and I cannot change it later on. So pick wisely, pick the good ones. I'm gonna have a different type of video. I'm gonna have a different video going through exactly each one of them and how to pick which one is. That's pretty much it for skills. Alright, so let's go through talents and archetypes or classes. When you first start the game, this is what you're gonna have: an empty screen. So you get to select. There are 4 different types: Shaman, Pathfinder, Warlord, and Assassin. Pretty much Assassin is PvP, Warlord is half PvP, half PvE, Pathfinder and Shaman are pretty much PvE. Alright, so let's just say I pick 2 random ones. Right now, you can change them up any way you want. But the moment and the second you put a pawn in any one of these, it will be completely locked, and you won't be able to change them at all. So they will be permanently locked. So choose wisely, and you cannot change them in the end game or anything. So right now I don't have any points, so I won't be able to do that. But I'm gonna go to log into my other account and show you how they look when there's points. Alright, see right now in this account I have unlocked Pathfinder and Warlord and as my main. Okay, simply put, to reach each level of a skill, so these are skills, these are passive mostly. All of these, the one that has 5 and 5 are mostly passive. The first skill passive, a skill, passive, a skill, passive, a skill. And to be able to reach the next level, you have to have 5 points in here. Like to unlock one of these, I have to have 5. So let's show you in here. Right now, I only have 4 points. So, and for me to be able to unlock one of these skills and keep moving on, I have to have 5. So I could put a 5 in this one, or I could put 4 in here and 1 in here. It's the same thing. And then when I put 1 in here, I'll be able to start working on these one. I'll have to put 5 in these one to be able to go in this one. And that's pretty much it. And the only thing you need to understand before going this, you can only have one mastery. This is a mastery. The end skill is a mastery. You can only have one. So even if you have 2 in here and you reach level 40, because in each one of them you need 20 levels to reach in here. So even if you master and you reach all the way over here, you will not be able to pick this mastery if you pick the other mastery. So you can only have one mastery, so pick wisely. I feel like Pathfinder mastery is the best mastery, but that's for PvE for sure. That's pretty much all you need to know for talents and classes. Alright, pets and taming. It's pretty simple in this game. All you gotta do first is come to the taming workshop, craft yourself some spare arrows, a crystal, and a potion. You can use any type of potion that gets you to the other side, or you can just find someone in your faction that have a shaman and the Rend the Veil skill, which open a portal for everybody. Great skill, I love that. Anyway, so after you do that, you want to go and tag the pet you want to tame with your crystal, and after you tag him, you kill it, and after you kill it, you go to the spirit realm using the potion or whatever, and then you use spirit arrows. Make sure you use only spirit arrows, and use a bow that's so weak, like a symbol bow. I would suggest using the bow, like the first bow, like this bow. And then after you do that, if you're a shaman, you could also use the mystic bow, which is perfect for taming. And after you do that, you get the tame done and everything. You come near this building, you hit tab, and you go to your pets, and you can activate your pet from here. You have to activate it first, and when you do that, it'll come up, and you can just click Z, and it'll pop up, and Z again, and you ride him. So it's pretty simple. If your pets die, you gotta come close to the building, go your pet, and you survive. You have to be close to revive, and that's pretty much how, like, the whole pet system. Also, you never wanna like tame anything that low or did that for the sake of the video. But yeah, you wanna have somewhere higher. I wouldn't suggest anything lower than 500. And then if your pit is out, you always gain levels with you. No matter what you do, even if the pit in you leave your pit in the base and you go farming, your pit will still get experience. So you always want to have him out in your base or anywhere just to get free experience. That's pretty much all of it for pits and taming. I have another video explaining more in detail about it. Okay, spirit realms. We just talked about them a little bit, but spirit realms is the other world or the other realm where you're able to tame things, and that's the only point of the spirit realm is pretty much just tame things. There isn't really much benefit for to go there, because when you go there, you will lose health. Sorry, you will lose food and water faster than the normal. So you don't want to stay too long, and you have to have a way to get there. So usually you would use a potion or Rend a veil, which is a portal that only shamans can create. And that's pretty much all that you need to know about spirit realms. And then there are lost in there, so just careful for that. Alright, the Reckoning. The Reckoning is the main PvP in the whole game. The Reckoning happens twice a week, and depending on the server, it might be different days. So you want to join a server that you can look up when you first log in. You can click on the server, it shows you when the reckonings happen. So pick a server that you can actually be online during that time, so you could actually be there and defending the reckoning. Because if you're surprised, but the lost are strong. So what a reckoning is, at the start of the reckoning, each faction will be attacked by a bunch of lost. They come the whole mob, the whole weather changes, and then lost, where like PvE monsters, they come attack your base, and after you kill them, you'll be able to be attacked by other factions. Usually, as you can see right now, there are shields. You see these purple shields in here that no one else from other faction can go through. So during the reckoning, all these shields will go down. You get attacked by the lost, and then after or even during, other factions can come and attack you if they want to. So you want to be prepared. That will usually happen for 2 hours. And after you defend for 2 hours, the shield will go back up and you'll be fine. And so you need to be prepared for reckoning twice a week. And then you'll be surprised if nobody in here online, they will come in, will destroy everything you have, every building, and it'll take every single soul you have. So you must be online and have people online too, and fortify your base. That's it for reckoning. Alright, so let's go through control points. They're very important because they give you a big lead in the game. And it used to be easier, but now it's harder to like obtain them and harder to keep them. Alright, let's go through what they are. Every faction has about 2. They say they will add another 1, so each faction will have 3, so 9 in total. But as of this batch, there's 2. Whether when you see this video there's 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. Point is, each control points give you 3 things. First, sparks every few minutes, and then also give you some souls that deposit soul automatically to your stone or the tree. And then the last thing, they give you a passive buff to your faction. Alright, so now let's go through how you can obtain them. Each control point have a shield around it. And when the shield usually the shields go down every 2 hours, around 2 hours. And when they go down, you're able to attack them, and then you can interact with the tree for 10 seconds. And if you do that, a timer of 20 minutes will go off, and then you have to defend it for 20 minutes. If nobody else can take them in 20 minutes from you, then they will be yours, and then you can start building in them, because you want to build on them to be able to defend them properly. So right now we have this control point, and then we fortified it so we can able to defend it. I don't know why they leave the doors open, but you don't want to do that. But the key, the most important thing in defending is you gonna have like friends and people to help you. You can build a lot of turrets around it, makes it a lot easier to defend as well. So right now every faction has homeland and bayway control points. Homeland is literally behind your base in the north. The bayway is by the dread evil jungle or the fungal jungle, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much it. But control points, try to get them when the shields are down, hold them for 20 minutes, and they're yours. And then those shields will go down every 2 hours, so you have to be careful and able to defend them, or you're just gonna lose them just as fast as you gain them. That's pretty much it for control points. Alright, so Ascension points or Ascension system is the only thing that stays with you after a server is over. So in the next server you keep whatever passives you picked. So simply put, whenever you unlock something, it'll stay with you the next cycle of a server. How you obtain them? There are two ways. First, just playing the game normally, killing things, harvesting, building, crafting, you would get some of them. Another way is by winning the game or winning the server will give you a bonus session points. So that's why winning is important. That's pretty much all it is about session points. There's traits, but they haven't added them yet. But that's pretty much all of it. Alright, we reached almost the end, and the last thing we're gonna go through is tips and tricks. Few tips and tricks. The first thing is you wanna use the fastest tool you have to skin animals. What I mean, sometimes one of your tools will be faster than the other. For me, my spirit hand axe is faster because I use the skill that gives 15% speed. So right now I can harvest animal faster. So that's what you want to do. You want to see which one is the fastest and use that to always harvest or skin animals. Another trick, using clicking letter T in your keyboard will automatically move those things over from one chest to the other. Like see, T. So you just hover over and click T. Makes it so easy to move things. Another trick is you want to use a base and set, what I call a base and set. You want to build a base in one of the high-end zones like the wasteland or dread evil or snow biome, like one of the very high tier 3 4 zones, even tier 2 zone, and you want to build a base there and put in a few sets of armors and weapon and a chest and stuff, so it'll be easy for you to go there and farm things and then pop up your pet and then just bring it back to your main base, to the faction base if you want. But that helps a lot having that base over there, so you could easily just teleport using your seat and start using the gears in there and start harvesting instead of having to go back and forth. Because teleporting, when you teleport, you will be naked when you reach your teleport. So having a set and a base ready in one of these high-end zones makes gathering and all that stuff a lot easier. Another tip is enemies have no HP bar. What I mean, even if you get too close to an enemy, you cannot see their bar, like the health bar. So that's how you know that's someone, actually another faction, so you can even easily kill them. But sometimes if one of your faction members is so far from you in the map when you can barely see him, they won't have their bar either. So you want to get close and make sure they don't have a health bar. And if they don't have a health bar, shoot them. Another tip: when you first come into the game, and if you're a new person to the game, you want to do is go through every single building in the base and just look at them, see what each building builds. You know what I mean? Just keep looking at each one of them. You can look at these, just look at each building and see what each building does for you, or what each building craft. Because a lot of people ask about, oh, how do I craft ammo, how do I craft weapons? You just go through each one of them and see what each building craft, just to, like, you know, familiarize yourself with them. Another tip is, a lot of people ask how do I build, how I make my personal base, how I build in this base, or You wanna, first thing you have to do is you have to craft a construction hammer, and then it comes here. And a construction hammer and the tools you have, they will never drop no matter how many times you die, and enemies cannot take them. These 5 tools, they always stay in your inventory no matter what, so you don't have to worry about them. And when you have a construction hammer, you can just click B and you can start building stuff, and that's pretty much it. And you can do that outside of the base, like a little bit out further from the base, and you can start building bases and personal bases. And but you need to understand, if you just build stuff without putting a seed, it'll be easily breakable and anybody can claim it. So what you want to do, you put a base and then you put a seed. You can build 2 seeds. The first seed you can build from here, basing lesser divinity seed. You can build anywhere. The other seed, you have to come to the construction building to build it over here, the divinity seed. So you can have 2 seeds. There's another one, but that's a greater seed. That's like a way in end game. So the last tip for this video is tapping /stuck, which means if you tap /stuck, you'll kill yourself and suicide. And if you got stuck in the under the wall or something, or you just don't want to regen your health, or you want a quick full health and health bar or food or water, you can just tap /stuck and you don't have to do anything. That's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I learned a thing or two. Now, if you have any questions, comments, just hit me up. And if you have an idea for the next video, also ask me. I'm more than happy to help. Thank you very much, and please hit that like, sub. Go my Twitch TV. I'll be streaming. You can follow me there at twitch.tv/FatherBeam. Thank you very much again. FatherBeam is out. Peace.